You're about to learn my secrets for building good habits and getting things done. Why is this important? Because where you are in life is a result of your habits, good or bad. Whatever you want to do or achieve, you need to build the right habits to get you there. Big progress is built on small, consistent action. And without good habits, you're going nowhere. Now, this video was suggested by Hannah Bat, so shout out to you, Hannah. I think she was asking about this in reference to building a YouTube channel, but this can be applied to any aspect of your life. Whatever goals you have, habits are the way there. So this is truly a video that anyone and everyone should watch. Like, send this to your friends, send this to your family, send this to everyone you know. This will help them out a lot. Make sure to pay attention and watch all the way to the end. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty, I do have a question for you. And that question is, what is the easiest way to get rid of a bad habit? Comment down below with your answer. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. I'll be answering this question later on in the video, so stay tuned and see if you got the answer right. This is the #1 spot for musicians and creatives that don't want to be starving artists. So if that sounds like you, click on that subscribe button, check out the rest of the content on the channel because you will love it here, guaranteed. Now let's go. There are 5 steps that I'm going to be covering in this video. Let's get straight into it with step #1. Step #1 is you need a big reason. You need a reason why. Why are you building this habit? How will it benefit you? What will your life look like if you don't build this habit? Answer these questions, write it down, print it out, put it somewhere you can see it every day so it's a constant reminder. Get some blue tack, get a nail, get some sellotape, stick it on your wall. Make sure you constantly see this. You need to be constantly reminded of the reason why you're creating this habit. If you're not, you're gonna stop, like most people. Motivation might last a few hours, a few days, a few weeks, but it won't last forever. You need to be reminded of your real tangible reason of why you're building this habit and a real threat of what's gonna happen if you don't build this habit. Both of them equally important, and this will keep you on track with logic. Yeah, emotions are built into like the motivation and stuff, but logic is a great way to reason yourself into making sure you keep your habit going. But logic can also work against you, and that's what we're going to be talking about in step #2. So let's get into that. Step #2 is don't give yourself any excuses. Do it immediately. If you can't do it as soon as you get up, do it as soon as possible. Logic doesn't always work in our favor. You know this. Sometimes our brains trick us into being lazy. You can always find an excuse of why not to do something. So don't give your brain the opportunity to weasel out of creating this habit. For example, if you want to get fit, work out in the morning as soon as you get up. Don't give yourself another option. Don't make it optional. Make it something that you have to do. If you really want to build a habit, you need to be ruthless with yourself until it becomes part of your life, part of your instinct, until it becomes a habit. Now, I'm going to touch on how long that's going to take in a bit, so stay tuned. Step #3, track your habit. Very important. Create a daily checklist. Create a tally on the whiteboard. Write in a journal. Do something to track your progress. You want to do this daily, unless it's something like working out where you need at least 1 rest day a week. But with most things, you can do it every day. And the more you do it, the quicker it's going to be for you to build that habit. So no days off if possible until that habit is formed. And here's the reason why you need to track. It's gonna hold you accountable, and it also becomes a game, and your brain will naturally want to keep a streak when you're on a roll. You want to click that checkbox off. You want to hit another tally on the whiteboard. You want to keep it up and stay consistent if you are tracking. You can also tell friends, family, and the internet to hold yourself accountable too, if that's what you want to do. But being accountable is extremely important. So however you do it, just make sure you do it. Because if you're not accountable, it's very, very, very easy to just slack off and just not do much and to take 1 day off. And once you take 1 day off, it's easy to take 2 days off. And once you take 2 days off, it's easy to take the week off. Then it's easy to take the month off. And then before you know it, you're not doing it anymore. Habit gone. Bad times. Now, if you want to learn how to create your own trap beats from scratch, join my course where you can learn my 9-step easy trap beat making formula. Link down below. Go to jcarteray.com/free trap course. It's completely free, so join it. You got nothing to lose. It's not going to be available forever. If you want to learn how to go from nothing to a fully fledged beat so you can make your own music, go join that. Link down below. Let's get back into it. Step #4, commit for at least 3 months. Yeah, step number 4, 3 months. That's what we're doing. Commit for at least 3 months to building this habit. I've read from multiple sources that it takes at least 3 months to build a habit. I don't know how true this is, but it seems right. It seems right. Multiple sources confirmed it. And in my experience, once I do something for 3 months, it becomes part of your life. It becomes part of your routine, and it becomes a habit, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to form habits. We're trying to do stuff that becomes part of our life and becomes part of our instinct. So make sure you do it for at least 3 months. After 3 months of doing something, it becomes ingrained into your life. First month, you're generally figuring stuff out, trying to, fit it into your schedule, that sort of stuff. Second month, you're kind of perfecting that. You kind of know where you've got it in your schedule. You're just trying to get better at it and make sure it's done to a good standard. And then the third month, pretty much is part of your life at that point, and that's where you want to be. Step number 5 is a bit more advice than a step, but it's that good habits trickle down to more good habits. So the more good habits you build, the easier it is to build other good habits. And this happens for 2 main reasons. Reason number 1 is once you go through the process and you actually build a habit, you realize it's possible. So it's easier to do it another time because you've done it before, you've seen that it works, and now you don't have those doubts. When you go into something new or you're learning something new, you have a doubt. You're thinking, maybe this will work, maybe it won't. You're not sure. But once you do something, okay, this can work. And then you can just apply that same method, that same methodology, that same system to something else. And you realize, okay, if I do this again and again, I'm gonna get similar results. It's going to work out. This is definitely something that works. So once you get rid of that doubt, you believe in it, it's a whole lot easier to do that again and again and to repeat that. That's why it's easier to build another business once you've built one, because once you know how to build one and you can see that it's possible to make money online and all that sort of stuff, you can go on to the next one. You know the basics of running a business and how it's done, and you know that it's possible. Reason number 2 is when you improve one area of your life and you start to see results, it starts to become addictive. For example, working out consistently makes me want to eat better. Eating better makes me want to drink more water. Drinking water makes me want to pee. You get my point, right? Now, time to answer that question from earlier. That question was, what's the easiest way to get rid of a bad habit? Did you write an answer down below? I hope you did. Now, the answer is to replace it with a good habit. For example, if you want to stop smoking, replace it with working out. That's a good habit, right? Do push-ups when you have the urge to smoke. Want to stop eating junk food? Replace it with cooking food from scratch and learn new recipes and get into actually cooking and learn to love it. Play too much video games? Learn a new skill. It's the same kind of mental thing that you kind of want to go from something that's occupying the same mental space. So for example, as I said, the video games, you're kind of learning a skill, you're getting good at that game. So instead of playing the video games, you can go to what I do now is I learn how to play piano or learn how to make music and stuff like that. So learn a new skill can kind of scratch that same itch, especially if you're learning a skill in a way that's also gamified, which is a great way to go about it. Watching too much TV, replace that with reading. Reading's more productive generally if you're reading non-fiction books. If you're reading fiction, I would say it's pretty much on the same level as watching TV, to be fair. If anything, I'd say watching TV might be more time efficient, but that's my opinion. You might be learning stuff from reading, I don't know, learning new words or something. I don't judge people for their entertainment stuff, and I wouldn't say reading is better than watching TV for any reason. I don't believe that, but reading non-fiction stuff is more productive than watching TV. So there you go. That makes sense, right? Now, let's recap quickly. Number 1, you need a big reason for this habit to stick. You need a reason why, and you need to know what is going to happen. What's the worst that will happen if you don't build this habit? Number 2, don't give yourself excuses. Make sure you do it immediately, as soon as you get up, if possible. If not as soon as you get up, as soon as possible. Don't flake out on this. Number 3, track your habit. It's very important to be held accountable, and the art of tracking will also make you want to keep your habit up because you're going to be ticking it off or put in a tally, and the more you do that, the more you're going to get addicted to that. You're going to want to see that number go up. You're going to want to do more. Your brain's just going to be like, yes, let's get it. Number 4, commit for at least 3 months. It takes 3 months to build a habit. As long as you do it for 3 months, it's going to become part of your life, and it's going to become ingrained into your life and easier to keep up. And number 5 is good habits trickle down to other good habits. So the more good habits you build, the more good habits you'll be able to build, and the better your life will be, and the more you'll improve over time. So, Bob's your uncle. Sally's your aunt. I don't know if that's actually a saying. I might have made that up. I think that is a saying though. Sally's your aunt? Is that something that people actually say? I don't know. Not relevant, is it? Have you got any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make? Please let me know in the comment section down below. There's a lot of great links in the comment section down below, like links to my beat mixing templates and all that sort of stuff. So definitely go and check that out. And in the next video, you'll learn more about music, online business, and online marketing. I'll see you there. Peace out.